When most people are asked to name the defining hero of the Shahnameh, their answer is likely unanimous: Rostam. His presence in the epic is immense, and we are just now arriving at the beginning of his heroic cycle. By comparison to other mythical heroes, Rostam's stature and prominence in Persian mythology is closer to a hybrid of both Heracles and Achilles from Greek mythology, rather than either one alone. If you recall, Rostam was born under the protection of the majestic bird of benevolence, the Simurgh, after his father, Zol, burned the Simurgh's feather and summoned her to rescue Rostam's mother, Rudabe, during childbirth. The large baby Rostam would be delivered by caesarean section, which incidentally in Persian is also called a Rostam Zad, meaning a Rostam birth. Immediately from his birth, Rostam showed extraordinary physical strength and stature, as well as a fervor for combat. As a child and into his adolescence, he single-handedly killed a rogue white elephant that was trampling the townspeople, and then led a mission to reclaim the city of Mount Sipand and all of its gold for Iran. But until now, Rostam's accomplishments have been essentially unofficial, in that they have been isolated feats rather than part of one cohesive heroic identity. That has all just changed, because in the aftermath of the first Turanian invasion of Iran, and many fallen kings, Rostam's father Zal has finally instructed him to suit up and officially join the Iranian army. We last left off with Rostam receiving the famous ox-headed mace that belonged to his grandfather Sam, and soon we will enter the beginning of this colossal hero's journey. But now comes a very important moment, because another character enters the epic who will remain with Rostam every step of the way from this point forward. Through all of Rostam's challenges, battles, romances, tragedies, and triumphs will be his great and mighty steed, Rakhsh, which means luminous. Rostam and Rakhsh are an iconic pairing in the Shahnameh, with Rakhsh himself being indisputably the most famous horse in all of Persian literature. This episode, though small in scope, is actually very significant, because it is the moment Rostam meets and lassos Rakhsh for the first time, and begins one of the most faithful bonds in the entire epic. After embracing Rostam proudly upon hearing his excitement to join the army, Zal gathers all of the horses across Zabul and Kabul to choose Rostam's steed. So begins the selection process. One by one, the herdsmen drive the horses past Rostam, calling out their names and citing their pedigree. Any that catch Rostam's eye, he seizes and mounts. But instantly, the problem becomes clear. Rostam is so large and so heavy that the moment he mounts, his weight causes the horse's back to sag to the point where its stomach nearly touches the ground. As the entire herd passes, each horse's back strength is tested and fails. They go through various breeds and colors, shapes, and sizes, but nothing works. Eventually comes one gray mare with short legs, quick speed, and a strong, wide frame, followed by the mare's son, a colt as broad and strong as its mother. It has dark eyes, with vision capable of spotting the foot of a black ant against a black cloth in the dead of night 10 kilometers away, and jet black hooves of steel. Its coat, magnificent and radiant, is the color of saffron, with rose-red patches all over. It towers above all the other horses and looks as mighty as an elephant. Rostam sees this beautiful colt and immediately brings out his lasso, ready to claim it as his. "No, sir," the old herdsman interrupts. "Please don't take this horse. Choose another." But Rostam looks over in confusion. "Another? This horse has no brand. Why should I take another? Sir, there are rumors about this horse. Yes, he is good and bright and strong, but no one has been able to tame him. He does not answer to any master. He has been fitted with a saddle for 3 years, as all the nobles have taken turns trying. But the moment his mother, the gray mare, sees a rope over her colt, she intervenes and becomes as ferocious as a lion, scaring away every man. We don't know why. We call the horse Rakhsh. Well, actually, Rostam's Rakhsh, because his mother reminds us of, well, you. Naturally, all of these warnings from the old man only make Rostam more excited. Without missing a beat, Rostam takes out his lasso once more and casts it over Rakhsh's head. And immediately upon seeing Rostam attempt to lasso Rakhsh, the grey mare stomps like an elephant and charges madly at Rostam, ready to tear the Iranian hero's head off. But as the raging mare approaches, Rostam lets out a mighty roar like that of a savage lion. The roar stops the charging mare in her tracks as she becomes overcome with fear. Rostam strikes her on the withers and she trembles, cowering to the ground before his feet, then springs back up and runs away to rejoin the herd. Meanwhile, Rostam firmly stands his ground and tightens his lasso's grip on Rakhsh. Then he mounts Rakhsh and is delighted to discover that the strong horse's back does not bend in the slightest, as if it doesn't feel a thing. With triumphant relief, Rostam looks upon Rakhsh and says to himself, "This is the horse for me. I am ready now." He rides Rakhsh to the herdsman and asks, "What is the price for this horse, as fierce as a dragon? Who do I speak to?" And the old herdsman gazes in awe at the hero on Rakhsh's back and calmly says, "If you are Rostam, then your noble triumphs achieved on this horse's back for Iran are payment enough. His legendary life as your steed shall be his price, with which you will set the world right." Rostam smiles with delight and declares, "All good is God's." Then, for the first time, Rostam and Rakhsh ride out to prepare for battle, beginning the rest of their heroic lives together. This episode comes with special thanks to Nafas and Surush, 2 of Shahnameh Quest's most epic listeners. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with a friend or leave a review.